So I had a fair number of new people join the channel recently, and I try and read and respond to as many of the comments as possible. As the channel continues to grow, it might become more challenging, but I shall endeavour. And the gist of some of them is, what's your background, what's your CV? So I thought it'd be a pertinent time for me to reintroduce myself, and hopefully that will give you the confidence that I can add value during these troubled times. So my name's Loz. I'm a father of three, former officer in the Mercian Regiment in the British Army. I led troops on combat operations in Afghanistan, and then I also served on operations in Northern Ireland and Iraq. Before and alongside my military career, I studied international military history both in the UK and in the United States, and have continued these studies ever since. So my main areas of interest or expertise would be counterinsurgency, Vietnam War, both from a French post-colonial and also the American Cold War perspective, Victorian era, and then commando raids from the Second World War onwards. These are all quite pertinent. I also deployed to Afghanistan a second time, and on this second tour I was a cultural advisor, and so what that meant was that for 2 years prior I studied the Pashto language up to a fluency level, and then also had a deep understanding of the Islamic culture. And given the changes that we've seen in the West over recent years, that knowledge has become more increasingly relevant. So also, since my teenage years, I've been interested in looking at the world from perspectives outside of the mainstream, should we say. And that mindset allowed me to observe society rather than be completely immersed in it. And we touched on that yesterday in the video. This, ironically, was reinforced in 2015 when I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. And that moment forced a career change, but also a prolonged period of introspection. So stepping away from the relentless pace of modern life, it actually gives you clarity. It allows you to see what really matters and what a moral and godly life demands of us. To seek the truth, to maintain integrity, to act with moral courage, and be prepared to answer for your life when we've lived it and come to the end of it. I've also always felt a deep, unwavering desire to lead and to serve. And that drive led me to found and run 2 separate social enterprises, both of which supported the veteran community. And that's a community that's very dear to my heart. Through that work, I developed skills in public speaking, leadership, community building. But in recent times, I realised something else. It was time for me to raise my head above the parapet once more. Not just to serve the small community, as important as that is to me, but to serve people more broadly, to serve you. And that's why Nation of Sleepers exists, because I believe that my combination of experiences, the military, academic, cultural and personal, it places me in a unique position to challenge the mainstream narratives, to help awaken people, and to build not just a community, but an actual movement capable of changing the direction that our society is travelling in. So if you're willing to lend me your ear for a while, and you're open to being challenged, and you're ready to wake up, I am here to serve you.